Hey everyone, this is Lel already from Abstract Music Lab, and today I'm back here in the sound design channel. Today I'm recreating a pluck or an ARP called Wonderful, and it's part of the free pack from Production Music Live that you can find over here in the description below. But now let's listen to what we're working with today. Really cool sound, but now let's listen to it in context. Really cool vibe, and as usual we're just using an EQ and also a shaper box that we're gonna deactivate over here in DIVA and start with a blank preset, as you can listen over here. So to start this, we're gonna put a transpose over here to 0. We're gonna put the stack to 2. So essentially we have 2 stacks of oscillators playing together, and in addition to that we're gonna go to the trimmers over here, and in the second stack we're gonna put it an octave up. So we have one stack playing at the main note that we're playing and one stack playing 12 semitones up, essentially an octave up. And that's how it sounds like. Now, what we're gonna do over here is go into triple VCO. The first oscillator is gonna be at 16, the second is gonna be at 8, and the third is gonna be completely down in volume, so we're not even gonna listen to it. So the first oscillator, we're gonna put it almost to a triangle over here. And the second, the same thing. But the second one, we're gonna put it a bit quieter as well. Something around that, and that's fine. Now, we're also gonna introduce a little bit of noise into the sound, and this is what it's gonna sound like. But first, we're going to change the envelopes of the sound because that's how the sound should sound like. So first than everything, we're going to put the attack to something a little bit like this. And the main thing is going to be that the sustain is going to go a lot down. A plucky sound, and we're going to also put this decay to somewhere like this. But we're going to increase this release over here a little bit. And we have a little bit of how the sound should be like. Now we're going to go into the cutoff section, and we're going to choose a ladder filter. And the filter is going to be like this. The cutoff is going to be at 65, and we're barely going to listen to something like this. Because now we have to modulate this with something else, and we're going to use both the keyboard. The keyboard is first going to go a little bit up. So essentially higher notes are going to have more cutoff in the sound. And also we're going to pick this envelope too and put it a lot up. But to modulate this, we have to change envelope 2. We're going to choose an analog envelope 2. And essentially the attack is going to be a little bit like this. And the sustain is going to, again, go a lot down. The main thing is that the release over here is going to be a lot longer. And the decay is also going to be really long. And that's essentially how the sounds should be like. Now we're going to go back into the main section. I'm going to change a little bit of the vibrato sections and the glide and everything. So first and everything, vibrato, we're going to put it to 33. You don't listen to anything because this vibrato is fully modulated by the mod wheel. But we're going to change this and put this mod depth over here a lot down. So you can hear a little bit more vibrato over here. But now we're going to change this LFO over here. The first thing that we're going to do is in the delay, we're going to put it a bit up. And we're also going to change the rate a little bit. Essentially, the rate speeds up whatever we select over here. So we're going to select essentially a 1 second. And this is going to be gate, and this is also going to be a triangle. So you can hear a little bit of vibrato over here. Now, we have to introduce a little bit of glide into this. So for the glide, we're going to introduce quite a lot of glide. For the sound to do this, boom, 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 and that's what we want with the sound. We're also going to introduce glide 2. We're going to put it to -12. And we're going to change the glide mode. Instead of time, we're going to use rate. Basically, that's it with what we're doing over here. The other thing that we have to do over here now in the amplifier pan section, we have to make this a little bit bigger. And we can make this a little bit bigger and wider just by using the stack index over here in the pan mod. So now we're going to put the stack index. We're going to put it to something like this. And this almost becomes something like a detune to the sound. You can see that before It was mono and now it's pretty wide. So this is a way that you can do to pretty much widen your DIVA sound. So now, in addition to that, we're not going to do anything to the modification sections. We're going to go into the trimmer sections, and we're going to do quite a lot of things over there. So essentially in trimmers, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to decrease the detune amount just a tad, because we're going to change the voice detunes a lot over here. The row number 1 is going to stay pretty much the same. Only number 4 and 5 that we're going to do a little bit like this. And row number 2, we're essentially going to change it a lot. Row number 2 controls the oscillator number 2. And this is pretty much what we're going to do. You can do this pretty randomly, but that's how much we're going to oscillate over here. You can see that the detune is not much, but if we increase the detune over here, you can see that we have a lot more detune in the sound, but that's why we want to keep it a little bit low over here. It's not supposed to be a big detune, but just a small detune. And also we're going to pick the voice drift and put it a little bit like this as well. The voice drift essentially makes the voice sway a little bit and go back to where it should be. But it doesn't go and stop exactly where it should be. It sways a little bit further and goes back. And also we're going to pick this voices and put it to 12. Now we're going to go into the effects section. We're going to first start with a delay, and then we're also going to add a plate afterwards. So delay, we're going to put this dry a little bit down and the size a lot up. We're going to change the left over here to be a little bit higher, but the center and the right side are going to remain the same. The wow is going to essentially go a little bit higher. The feedback is going to also go a little bit higher. And that's pretty much it that we have with the sound. Now, in addition to that, we also have to activate the plate reverb over here. The dry is going to go quite low. And the wet is also going to go quite low as well. Now, pre-delay and diffusion are going to remain the same. The dampening is going to go all the way down. So you can see that the reverb damps a lot afterwards. And the decay is going to go a bit smaller as well. Now, the size is also going to go a little bit smaller. We're going to activate the EQ and the Saper box. And now in context. Really amazing sound. I hope you like this tutorial, and if you liked it, you can get this preset over here for free in the description below. That's Leo already from Abstract Music Lab signing off. Cheers.
Hi, this video is sponsored by us. If you like these tutorials and want to support the channel, please check out our website packed with online courses and professional sample packs. Also check our ready-to-use and club-tested Serum presets. You can browse by the genre and style you're looking for, or get the incredible deal with the full Serum preset bundle. Thank you for listening, and now let's get back to your tutorial.